The sun burns gently in a pale blue sky. Sheep graze in the meadows alongside the road, while the farmers and their families wave to me in welcome as I pass by. A handful, the more intrepid, invite me to share a jar of ale or mead with them, to rest a while in the shade of a tree, and to offer a blessing upon hearth and steading. I oblige these and share what I can, but I daren't abide long, for I have far to go. The sun is well toward its setting before I see the outline of my home, the spire of my keep. Half of Sunna's disk is below the horizon ere I reach the gates. My heart swells with joy for my journey's ending, yet quakes with dread at my reception. Vili, fierce warrior and renowned hunter, guards the path, mail and shield and spear gleaming in the waning sunlight. "Stand aside and let me pass, little brother," I say to him. He seems puzzled and looks dramatically about. "Does a gnat fart?" he says. "Does a flea belch? I thought I heard something." "Stand aside," I say again, more softly, "and let me pass." He sticks a finger in his ear and shakes it. "There it is again," he says. "I'd swear—" His words end in a wheezing gurgle when I jab the tip of my staff into his throat. His spear and shield clatter to the ground as he falls to his knees, hands clasped about his neck. I heft the mailcoat over his head, then slip into it myself. I leave Vili's weapons where they lie, push him onto his side with my foot, and step over him and through the gate. Torches burn alongside the winding path to the hall. The sky shows only the memory of daylight when I reach the door and push it open. The hall is devoid of its usual crowd, peopled only by my wife and my brother Ve, seated at the high table. I cross the threshold, and my wolves, Geir and Freyk, dart out from under the dais and rush toward me, growls deep in their throats. I do not kneel to greet them, but neither do I turn away. I simply stand as I am and look them each in the eye. Their hackles drop, ears pitch forward, then each circles about me and sits by my side. "'Tis a foul east wind brings a stench into my hall," Ve says. "Sek, vitre, remove this filth from these walls." A pair of armed guards step from the shadows and move toward me. The wolves rise to stand between me and the men, ominous thunder rumbling within them. "You both have served me well," I tell the warriors, "and may continue to do so. Only stay in your rightful places." The men share a glance, cast looks at the wolves, then in unspoken agreement step back into the shadows. "You eat my bread, brother," I say, as I move toward the high table. "You drink my wine, to say nothing of—" With strength and agility I've not felt in ages, I leap onto the waist-high dais, rest my staff, and lean upon the table. "Wife," I say, and nod to the lady of the hall. "Husband," Frigg replies, then raises her wine cup to me and takes a sip. Ve's face turns scarlet, veins standing out at neck and temple. "You would dare—" I slam the end of my staff between his eyes. His protest falls silent, and he slumps back in his chair. I summon servants to remove him to a comfortable seat by the hearth, then move around the table to my rightful place. "And how was your journey?" Frigg asks, offering her hand to me. I take it, kiss her knuckles, then claim my seat beside her and adjust my mailcoat about me. "Enlightening," I say. She breaks off a piece of bread for me, then fills a golden cup with wine. I eat the bread and take a sip of the heady red wine. I place my hand over hers, and she grips my fingers. "Now," I say, "let us see to our kingdom."